Woo-hoo-hoo! That'd have been a broken screen. I tell you what, all for hitting the record button. Damn. Cool. Okay. Today what we're going to be doing is a pressure transfer from carboy into keg. I like to keep my kegs pretty chilled. It helps the CO2 get into the wort quicker. We're just going to relieve some pressure. Not much. Okay, so we'll snafu. Second step. Keg is emptied of star sand. So we have a cleaned, sanitized keg, but just empty the star sand out of it. So we're going to have some residual oxygen in here. So a way to fix that, we're going to put a little CO2 in it and purge it. Also, while you're doing this, you can take your bottle of star sand, spray the top, check for any leaks. We're looking good. Cut the gas off, burp. A little bit more, burp. One more time. I can see you better now. Be good for that. Ooh, I hear a little leak. You know, I've got like one keg that pisses me off every time I use it. It'll start leaking, I put a little bit of lube on it, it'll leak, and then all of a sudden once it gets to pressure, it sets to fine. And then I never have a problem about it again. It's always the initial. Whatever. Okay. I'm going to pop the release valve, not opening the keg. Actually, I'm going to close it until I get leaking, because it's not under pressure. Right on the side. Alright, so it's my secret. I take off valve, the gray gas in. I'm going to take this guy off. Cut our pressure way down. I mean, I'm talking 2 pounds, because we're going in A class, or glass, carboy. And B, we want a slow transfer to our keg. Alright, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to attach it to my blow-off tube. Just the small inlet portion of it. You know what, I'm going to clean this up. And in the center portion here, I have a racking cane. It's just a regular auto siphon, like we have here. But I have the center pulled out of it, and it's actually an old one that broke. This little cane portion broke off of it, the bend, and it's just the top. Actually works great to stick into blow-off valve. And I just started playing around with this about 5 batches ago. And it works perfectly. Very effortlessly, and everything transfers over without any exposure. So, hose, just made it up. It's full of star sand, so we're going to drain this out. I don't want that going into my keg. Okay, we have a black ball lock connector, which it goes to the out. What we're going to do, we're going to put it on the out. Ironically enough, right? And then I'm going to attach it to my racking cane. Start bumping pressure. Okay, so we're at none right now. We're at 0. And we'll just... Don't make me screw you on here. I will. Alright, start this process. Bump. Very little pressure. Just a slight turn. There we go. We're already flowing. Check for leaks. Open the relief valve. You're pushing CO2 through. You're going to be building up pressure with the beer. I'm going to cut the pressure off. Make sure everything's running smoothly. I like to close this sometimes, periodically during, and then see if I can hear the CO2 building up. If I get a little psst, that means it's good. You want to watch your flow. We're going directly from our CO2 into one port of the orange blow-off caps. Out of the center of the blow-off cap, we have our racking cane. Racking cane is 3/4 of the way down in our carboy, and then it's coming up, pushing out, and then I like to go in through the end and not run a gas because the end has the long tube. So that means we're filling up from the bottom. That's how you want to do it. Reduce any kind of issues that you could have by running gas. So we're slowed down a little bit. Let's bump this pressure up. We're just putting more. I'm at 3 pounds. And what I do is I'll bump it 3 pounds, watch my gauge, let it build up, and I can also hear it, and then I'll cut it off. Let that 3 pounds push into the keg. Burp it. Don't forget to burp it. You'll end up popping that top off. Need a little bit more pressure. And we're going to transfer. Whenever I get finished with this, I'll come back to you and show you how I'm going to force carbon. Okay, let me get down here where you can see me. One of the things I like to do first is it's not carbonated yet. I just want to pull some off. Get a little bit of, see what it looks like. Clear. Actually, let's get the pressure down a little bit. We can get it out smoother. That's what I want right there, a little trickle. All right. Done with this guy. Star sand. Alright. Golly, that's going to be a great brew. We'll do a gravity reading on this later. Alright, gas back up. Hear my keg hissing. I'm going to crank her up to 30 pounds. Where's my driver? You can see here we're just going up to, maybe you can't see it. I'm going up to 30 pounds. Set the tank there. Synchronize. 1 minute. We're gonna shake. I like to keep my gas on the bottom side, and I'll lift her up. "15 seconds has gone by. Shake, and you can see on the dial here it's going from 30 to 20, and that's as the the CO2 is binding to the molecules in the beer. It's going to carbonate it, which is why I like to keep it cold, because CO2 infuses into liquids better when they're cold. A little shake, 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 shake. Let it bubble through. And stop. Get the gas off. That's it, guys, for the CO2 transfer and the forced carb. Of what I'll do now is I'll take my keg, I'll put my labels on it. I still have 1 more 6-gallon to go, so we will label this guy. Yeast info on the back. Next step. Okay, so this is 4 hours afterwards. It's got a nice head to it. Let's see what it tastes. It came out to 7.71, no, 7.75 ABV. You can see the carb. Maybe a little bit. Thinking about dry hopping it with that 1 ounce of Simcoe, but I really want to see what this guy tastes like after it's really fully carbed. Really great forward, upfront, bitter, hot. I mean, just great hot forward flavor. I think that late addition of the 1 ounce of the Simcoe at 120, the oils were just able to stay. It's almost kind of like a oil extract, I guess you could say, but it's not an extract. You're just, the heat's not killing those oils. But man, that's a recipe to save. And I can't wait till it's more carbonated.